Welcome to US Coins Hub, the place where hidden secrets, rare treasures, and unbelievable coin values come to light. Here, we uncover the rarest US coins, shocking errors, valuable key dates, and the stories that turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary finds. If you love hunting for rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place, because every video could reveal the treasure sitting in your pocket right now. And today, we continue our exciting Washington Quarter series, where we expose the rarest designs, valuable errors, and high-demand coins collectors are chasing in 2025. Let's dive in. Top 1 today, we're stepping away from the State Quarter series and moving into one of the most iconic coins in modern American history, the United States of America Washington Quarter from the year 1979. Even though billions of Washington quarters were produced across multiple decades, certain rare examples from this specific year hold secrets that can turn a simple 25-cent coin into something truly extraordinary. The 1979 Washington quarter might look like an ordinary piece of everyday change. You've probably seen thousands of them in circulation, vending machines, and old coin jars. But beneath that familiar face of George Washington lies a world of rare minting errors, scarce variations, and surprising conditions that make some examples incredibly desirable to serious collectors. To most people, it's only a quarter. But to someone who knows what to look for, it could be a miniature treasure worth an unbelievable amount of money. Let's start with the coin's design. On the front, George Washington stands proudly, sculpted by John Flanagan, the same design that has represented American strength and leadership for generations. His portrait is bold, dignified, and instantly recognizable. On the back, the majestic eagle spreads its wings, perched above a bundle of arrows, symbolizing both peace and defense. Around it are olive branches, completing one of the most classic and respected designs in all of United States coinage. But what makes the 1979 quarter fascinating isn't the design. It's the rarity found in certain error coins. Although millions of these quarters were produced in Philadelphia and Denver, a very small number left the mint with mistakes that slipped past inspection. These mistakes are incredibly valuable today. One of the most exciting errors collectors search for is the off-center strike. When the coin blank is misaligned, the design shifts to one side, creating a dramatic, eye-catching misprint. Some coins show only a slight shift, while others reveal a huge blank area where the metal was never struck. The more extreme the off-center error, and the more complete the date appears, the higher the value. Another highly sought-after variety is the double die error. This happens when the minting die presses the design into the coin incorrectly, causing letters, numbers, or parts of Washington's portrait to appear doubled. On the 1979 quarter, doubling has been seen on the motto, on the word liberty, and even on details of Washington's hair. These double die examples are incredibly rare, and collectors pay a premium for them, especially if the doubling is strong and easy to see. There are also coins with clipped planchet errors, where a small curved piece of metal is missing from the edge of the coin. These clipped quarters stand out instantly and are highly collectible. Some rare 1979 quarters also show die cracks, thin raised lines caused by damaged minting dies. These cracks sometimes run across Washington's face, through the lettering, or across the eagle's wings. Because every die crack is different, each one of these coins is one of a kind. Die chips are another type of error collector's value. These are small raised blobs of metal caused by broken parts of the minting die. On some 1979 quarters, die chips appear inside the numbers of the date, around Washington's eye, or near the eagle's feathers. Larger die chips can dramatically increase a coin's value, especially in well-preserved condition. And that brings us to one of the most important factors, condition. Most 1979 quarters have lived a long, rough life of heavy circulation. They've passed through decades of pockets, wallets, parking meters, and cash registers. Scratches, wear, and grime are extremely common. That's why finding a near-perfect, brilliant, uncirculated example is already impressive. But when a rare error coin from 1979 appears in pristine condition, collectors pay extraordinary amounts of money to secure it. The Washington quarter from this era holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. It represents American history, classic design, and the thrill of discovering value where most people never think to look. Many treasure hunters still search through rolls of quarters today, hoping to uncover a rare error from this famous year. Every time one surfaces, it creates excitement across the coin-collecting world. And now comes the moment you've been waiting for. One of the rarest known Washington quarters from the year 1979, featuring a remarkable minting error and preserved in exceptional condition, has reached a truly astonishing value of $84,000. Top 2, we're diving deep into the story of this quarter, its background, its rarity, the special errors that turn it into a valuable find, and why collectors all over the country still search for this coin in rolls, bags, and even pocket changed. Let's start by looking at what makes the 1982 quarter stand out from other Washington quarters. The 1980s were a time of high coin production in the United States, but 1982 was a unique year because the U.S. Mint made a major decision. They did not produce mint sets for collectors that year. That means no official mint set versions of the 1982 quarter were packaged and preserved in high grade. Because of this, finding a Washington quarter from 1982 in truly pristine condition is far more difficult than people realize. Most of these coins entered circulation immediately, meaning they picked up scratches, dings, wear, and marks almost instantly. This lack of mint sets is a large part of what drives demand today. Collectors searching for high-grade examples, especially ones graded mint state 66 or higher, often struggle to find them. And when something is both needed and rare, the price naturally goes up. That's why so many collectors take 1982 quarters seriously when roll hunting. But rarity alone doesn't tell the full story. The real magic comes when minting errors enter the picture. And the Washington quarter from 1982 is known for several error varieties that can dramatically increase value. One of the most famous is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank planchet isn't properly aligned when the design is pressed onto it. The result is a dramatic, uneven design where part of the coin is missing. Some off-center 1982 quarters show only slight shifting, while others have such an extreme misalignment that the coin looks like it's sliding off the edge. These dramatic misstrikes are the kind collectors love most, especially when the date is still visible. Another valuable error from this year is the broad strike. A broad-struck coin occurs when the collar that shapes the coin's rim isn't properly engaged. This allows the metal to spread outward during the strike, giving the coin a wide, smooth, unusual appearance. Broad-struck quarters that still have strong detail can bring impressive amounts from collectors who seek unusual minting mistakes. Double die errors are another favorite. While not all double die coins are dramatic, a strong double die on a 1982 quarter, especially on the lettering, motto, or date, can significantly increase the value. Collectors love strong doubling, and some examples from the early 1980s have become well known in the hobby. There are also clipped planchet errors, where a portion of the coin appears cut off. These occur due to mistakes in the coin blank punching process. When the clip is clean and shows the classic bent metal wave pattern, it becomes more valuable. And of course, the most dramatic clipped pieces, such as curved or straight clips, tend to draw even more attention. One more thing that makes this year special. Because so many were spent and used heavily, finding one with full, crisp details, known as a full strike, is surprisingly difficult. Coins with strong luster, sharp edges, and undamaged surfaces are incredibly desirable. So even a regular, error-free 1982 quarter can fetch high value if it's preserved in exceptional condition. Collectors often underestimate modern coins, but the 1982 Washington quarter proves that value can come from a combination of rarity, historical circumstances, and unexpected minting mistakes. It's a coin that teaches us to look closely, to appreciate details, and to never assume that a common-looking quarter is just pocket change. Whether you're a new collector searching through your coins for the first time or an experienced hobbyist hoping for the next rare discovery, the 1982 quarter is a perfect example of why this hobby is so exciting. And now, the part everyone waits for, the top estimated value for an extraordinary specimen of the 1982 Washington quarter. A rare combination of exceptional condition and dramatic minting error has pushed the value of one of these coins to an incredible $81,000. Top 3, we're diving into one of the most fascinating quarters that circulated across America in the late 1980s, the Washington quarter from the year 1987. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary piece of change, something that passed through countless pockets, wallets, and vending machines over the years. But for coin collectors, this quarter holds a hidden potential that can transform a small piece of metal into a highly valuable treasure. Stick with me, because what we're about to uncover is a story of rarity, errors, and unexpected worth that every coin enthusiast will find captivating. The Washington Quarter is one of the most iconic coins in the United States, and the 1987 issue is no exception. On the obverse, you have the familiar portrait of George Washington, a dignified and enduring symbol of the nation's first president. This design, created by John Flanagan in the 1930s, has been a mainstay on the quarter for decades, combining historical significance with a sense of continuity. On the reverse, you find the majestic eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows while perched above olive branches. The eagle represents strength and vigilance, a timeless image that has made the Washington Quarter one of the most recognized coins in the world. While most quarters from 1987 are common, what sets certain examples apart and makes them incredibly appealing to collectors are the rare minting errors that sometimes occurred during production. These mistakes are unpredictable, yet when they surface, they immediately capture attention and drive value dramatically higher. One of the most sought-after errors for this year is the off-center strike. This occurs when the planchet is misaligned in the minting press, causing the design to appear shifted to one side. The resulting blank area on the coin's edge can range from subtle to dramatic, and the more extreme the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors particularly prize coins where the date remains fully visible despite the off-center strike, as it preserves the identity of the coin while showcasing its unique error. Another exciting error type is the doubled die. This happens when the design is struck twice or partially doubled during the minting process, creating the appearance of shadows or doubling in the lettering, numerals, or other design elements. On the 1987 Washington Quarter, doubling can occur around the motto, the word liberty, or even on details of George Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. Strong doubling is relatively rare and highly prized among collectors, as it immediately sets a coin apart from standard issues. Some doubled die coins from this year have sold for thousands of dollars due to their visual appeal and scarcity. Clipped planchets are another error variety that collectors love. These occur when a coin blank is improperly cut, leaving a portion of the coin missing. Some clipped planchets result in small, subtle curved cuts, while others create dramatic, noticeable missing sections that give the coin a completely unusual appearance. Larger, more noticeable clips are rarer and often command higher prices in the collector market. Die cracks and die chips are additional features that can transform a common 1987 quarter into a collectible gem. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the surface, often running through the eagle, the lettering, or along the rim. Each crack is unique, making every die-cracked coin one of a kind. Die chips, on the other hand, appear as small raised blobs caused by broken or damaged dies. When located in prominent areas like the eagle's feathers, the lettering, or George Washington's face, these chips can significantly enhance the value of a coin. Condition is another major factor in determining the worth of a Washington quarter from this year. Millions of these coins were released into circulation, passing through countless hands over decades. Most have scratches, worn details, and surface blemishes, which makes high-grade examples rare. Coins preserved in uncirculated, brilliant condition are extremely desirable, especially if they also contain one of the aforementioned errors. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that combine rarity with flawless preservation, which is why the 1987 Washington Quarter remains a sought-after addition to any serious collection. The 1987 Washington Quarter teaches an important lesson to collectors. Even modern coins can hold tremendous value if you know what to look for. From misstrikes and doubled dies to die cracks and clipped planchets, the potential for discovery is always present. Every once in a while, a coin surfaces that is in exceptional condition, with a dramatic minting error that captures the attention of collectors worldwide. These coins remind us that treasure can appear in the most ordinary places, even in the change we receive at the grocery store or the dollar returned from a vending machine. And now, the moment every collector dreams of. One of the rarest and most remarkable 1987 Washington quarters, featuring a dramatic minting error, and preserved in near-perfect condition, has achieved an incredible value of $78,000. Top for we're exploring a coin that many people pass by without a second glance. Yet for collectors, it holds a world of potential and excitement. The United States Washington quarter from the year 1989. On the surface, it may seem like just another quarter, something you've probably seen thousands of times. But dig a little deeper, and you'll discover that this coin can tell a story of history, minting anomalies, and rare discoveries that make it an absolute gem for collectors. The Washington quarter is one of the most enduring designs in American coinage. On the obverse, you see George Washington, the nation's first president, portrayed with dignity and strength, a design that has stood the test of time. His profile, engraved by John Flanagan in the 1930s, is instantly recognizable and embodies a sense of American history and pride. On the reverse, the eagle with outstretched wings holds arrows in its talons above a carefully sculpted olive branch. This iconic image represents strength, vigilance, and peace, a timeless design that has made the Washington quarter one of the most familiar coins in circulation. Yet, beneath this classic exterior, the 1989 issue hides surprises that collectors know can make it extremely valuable. Even though millions of Washington quarters were produced in 1989, not all of them left the mint perfectly struck. Some contain unique errors that can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. One of the most sought-after mistakes is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin blank is misaligned in the press, causing the design to shift dramatically to one side. In extreme cases, parts of the eagle or George Washington's portrait may be missing, revealing blank metal on the coin's edge. Off-center strikes are rare, and the more pronounced the misalignment, the more valuable the coin becomes, especially when the date and key design features remain visible. Another error type that collectors highly prize is the doubled die. This occurs when the coin is struck more than once, creating a shadow or doubling effect on letters, numbers, or design details. On the 1989 Washington quarter, doubling may appear on the date, the word liberty, or elements of the eagle's feathers. Strong, visible doubling makes the coin stand out immediately and dramatically increases its desirability among serious collectors. Each doubled die coin is unique, and some examples from this year are considered among the most exceptional in modern U.S. coinage. Clipped planchet errors are also common among high-value quarters. A clipped planchet happens when the metal blank is improperly cut before striking, leaving a portion of the coin missing. These errors create unusual shapes, often curved or diagonal, that are immediately noticeable. Larger or more dramatic clips tend to be the most sought after. Some collectors specialize entirely in error coins like these, hunting through rolls and bags of quarters in hopes of discovering a coin that is truly one of a kind. Die cracks and die chips are another category of errors that add value. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the surface, often running through the eagle's wings, the lettering, or even Washington's profile. Die chips appear as raised blobs caused by imperfections in the minting die. Both of these anomalies create coins that are completely unique. Collectors are willing to pay significant premiums for coins that combine these striking errors with excellent condition. Condition itself is critical in determining the value of a Washington quarter from 1989. Millions of these quarters have been in circulation for decades, passing through countless pockets, wallets, and cash registers. Most are heavily worn, scratched, or marked. Finding a coin that retains its original luster, sharp details, and clear minting is already rare. When such a coin also features one of the dramatic minting errors we've discussed, it becomes an extraordinary find, turning a simple quarter into a remarkable collectible. The 1989 Washington quarter exemplifies why coin collecting remains such an exciting hobby. It proves that even modern coins can harbor incredible surprises, hidden value, and unique history. Each coin tells a story, not just of its design and production, but of the moments it has traveled through hands and wallets over decades. For collectors, discovering a rare error or a high-grade example is like uncovering a treasure that few people even know exists. The thrill of finding something valuable where most see only ordinary change is what keeps collectors hunting year after year. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast has been waiting for. One of the rarest and most extraordinary 1989 Washington quarters, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in nearly perfect condition, has achieved an incredible value of $76,000. Top 5, we're diving into a coin that many people overlook in their loose change. Yet for serious collectors, it holds a surprising amount of potential. We're talking about the United States Washington quarter from the year 1993. On the surface, it may seem like a regular 25-cent piece, something you've probably handled dozens of times. But as any experienced collector will tell you, some of these coins can be hiding rare minting errors and exceptional conditions that make them far more valuable than their face value suggests. If you listen carefully, this could change the way you look at your spare change forever. The Washington Quarter is one of America's most iconic coins, a design that has been recognized and collected for decades. On the obverse, you see the familiar portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president, facing left in a dignified and timeless pose. This design, created by John Flanagan, has become a symbol of stability, history, and pride for the United States. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings, clutching arrows in its talons above a bundle of olive branches. This imagery symbolizes both peace and strength, and it has made the Washington Quarter one of the most classic and widely recognized coins in circulation. Although millions of quarters were minted in 1993, a small number of these coins hold rare features and errors that make them incredibly desirable for collectors. One of the most exciting and sought-after errors is the off-center strike. This occurs when the planchet, or blank coin, is not properly aligned in the press. The resulting design is shifted, leaving part of the coin blank or misaligned. Off-center strikes can range from slight shifts to dramatic misalignments, and the more extreme the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Coins where the date and mint mark remain fully visible are particularly prized, as they retain their identity while showcasing the error. Another remarkable error type is the doubled die variety. This happens when the coin's design is struck more than once during production, creating a shadowed or doubled effect on letters, numbers, or other features. On the 1993 Washington Quarter, doubling can be seen on the motto, the word liberty, or even on the intricate details of the eagle's feathers. Strong double dies are rare and highly collectible, with collectors willing to pay a premium for coins that display a dramatic doubling effect clearly and attractively. Clipped planchets are another type of error that can significantly increase the value of a coin. A clipped planchet occurs when a portion of the coin blank is missing before the strike, leaving a coin with an unusual, curved, or diagonal cut along its edge. Larger and more noticeable clips are particularly desirable because they are far less common. These coins immediately stand out in a collection and are considered one-of-a-kind pieces. Die cracks and die chips are additional features that can make a 1993 Washington Quarter stand out. Die cracks are raised lines that appear when a minting die develops fractures. These lines can run across the eagle, through the lettering, or even across Washington's profile, giving each coin a unique character. Die chips, on the other hand, are small raised blobs caused by damaged areas of the die. They often appear near the date, lettering, or parts of the eagle. Large and prominent die chips are especially sought after by collectors because they create a coin that is completely unique in appearance. Condition plays an equally important role in determining value. While millions of 1993 quarters were circulated, many are heavily worn, scratched, or marked from decades of use. A coin that retains its original luster, sharp details, and smooth surfaces is exceptionally rare. When such a coin also features a significant minting error, its value increases exponentially. These high-grade error coins are the kinds of treasures that serious collectors actively search for, and they can become highlights of any collection. The 1993 Washington Quarter reminds collectors that even coins from the modern era can hold incredible value if you know what to look for. From off-center strikes and doubled dies to clipped planchets, die cracks, and die chips, the potential for discovering something extraordinary is always present. Each coin tells a story not just of its design, but of the journey it has taken through decades of circulation, and every rare error adds an element of excitement and rarity. And now, the moment every coin enthusiast dreams about. One of the rarest and most remarkable 1993 Washington Quarters, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in near-perfect condition, has reached an astonishing value of $73,000.